Have you ever thought about how to use your calendar to really be a catalyst for achieving your vision and your goals and what's most important to you? For so many millions of Americans, today can be seen as when resolutions die, when those goals that you set out in the beginning of the year for 2022, you start to think, how can I ever do that? What was I thinking? And you let go of your goals, and really, we're only a little over a month into the year. So I want you to reframe today. Instead of it being about resolutions and ditching those goals from the beginning of the year, think about today as determination today. That today is the day that you're going to say, I set this goal. I still have many months ahead of me, and I'm going to go after it and I'm going to make it happen. I want to share a couple resources related to that I think might be interesting to you and thinking about it. One was I was listening to Before Breakfast this morning, and they were talking about this concept in terms of persistence versus perfection. And, I'm a questioner. I love perfection. I want it to be the right answer, not just a good answer, but that often causes problems for us. So what they encourage you to do, and I do as well, is to stick with your systems, because most things are going to work if we just stick with it long enough. And I think that applies so often too with our marketing efforts, is that we often will just throw everything out versus how can we tweak and continue to experiment and get better and learn from it, rather than immediately saying, well, this isn't working and you're on to the next thing. So make sure you at least give everything a 90-day trial, and then learn from it and evaluate it consciously, intentionally, before you move on. There are certain things where it may make sense to actually ditch it. And those might be things where, there's duplications, or you're doing something just to do something and it doesn't really have any value. In those cases, yeah, let it go. That might make the most sense. But otherwise, stick with it. You just have to keep going. Don't ditch it unless you've at least thought about it and executed for 90 days. And as I said, make sure that if you're holding out, if you could be like me, holding out for that perfect option, think about the time, the money, the brain power that it's consuming by holding out for that perfect option, and how that's derailing you from meeting your goals. So stick with what you're doing, build on it, learn from it, and think about today as determination day. The other calendar catalyst I want to give you today that I love, because as a questioner, I also love to be thinking about things that really fit my identity. I don't like the New Year's resolutions typically, because it's like, well, why do I need January 1st? Or why do I need February 14th to show my love? So if you're with me, let me know in the chat if that makes sense to you too. So instead of that, I like to think about things that I feel like really fit my identity. And one that particularly stood out to me that I thought was so much fun was the Perfect Tuesday. If you've heard about this, let me know what you think about it. If you've never heard of it, I think this is a winner. So February 22nd, 2022 is a Tuesday that's being deemed the Perfect Tuesday. Get it? Because that doesn't happen really ever. It's been, I don't know, over decades. I don't know how long. Somebody could tell me, look it up. I'm sure Google could tell us how long it's been. So it's a fun, non-traditional holiday that I think is going to be super fun to recognize some of my favorite people with a surprise Tuesday treat. So if you're one of my clients, hang up now. You can't watch this because I'm going to give away a little bit of what's planned for Tuesday, and how you can recognize these random holidays that feel like they fit maybe with your identity, or just stand out because it's not the expected for other people. So let me share with you a couple of the things that we've got in here. So in honor of Tuesday, we have a Twix, because there's two. Yummy. We have some number 2 pencils. We've got, what else is in here? I won't show you everything, but give you a few ideas. Some double mint gum. And there's a Tuesday sticker in here. And I found these really cool notebooks on Amazon. Expect great things Tuesday, 2/22/22. All things that were super, affordable. And like I said, there's a couple other fun little things in there. But I am really excited to be sending these out this week. So it'll come at a very surprising time, hopefully, to my clients, and just kind of fun and delight them and enjoy a special little treat. So think about those days that might fit with you. Some other ideas of things that you might thinking about is, I like this one too, March 4th, because you're marching forth. That could be a fun thing to use in some way. First day of spring, or the season's changing. I'm excited about June 21st, the first day of summer, because it's the day with the most light. And if you guys remember, my word for the year is light. So I think I've got to definitely do something with that, because that just ties in so well. July 2nd is the halfway day of the year. September 6th, right after Labor Day, kind of calling that re-entry day or La Ventre day, as people are kind of transitioning back into work and fall and what that looks like. But there's lots of fun things you can do. I know it's coming up in Milwaukee here this next week or so too. It's like Milwaukee Day, Wisconsin Day. You could send a fun flavors of the state kind of thing to people. A lot of ways that you can just make it fit you, do something that just doesn't just show up the same time as they're getting your clients, or connections are getting hit by everybody recognizing it. You can really stand out and maybe do something that helps propel you in your vision and how you want to make an impact and how you want to show up and the experience you want to create with your business. So think about these two, Determination Day and the Perfect Tuesday, and what other random kind of holidays, calendar catalysts you might be able to use in your business. And we'd love to hear your ideas or things that you've done in this space. I'll be sure to drop some of the links to the two podcasts, the Gretchen Rubin's one that talks about some of these calendar catalysts, and the Before Breakfast with Sticking With It, in the links, so you can check those out as well. And we'll be back next week, same time. See you then. Make sure I get both of these in the chat for you. There we go. Bye, guys.